We in week 3. Week 3 is our primetime game, ladies and gentlemen, but it's on the road and it's against the Cincinnati Bengals, ladies and gentlemen. It's a rematch of Super Bowl 56, but instead of being in LA, is in the Queen City of Cincinnati, the jungle. Cincinnati Bengals finished last season 12-4, winners of the NFC North, the AFC North, third in the AFC, where they defeated the Baltimore Ravens in the wild card round, defeated the Buffalo Bills in the divisional round on the road, before being defeated by the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship game, who Kansas City went off to beat the Philadelphia Eagles to win Super Bowl 57. Joe Burrow last season completed 68% of his passes, throwing for 44, 75 yards. In that case, for those of you who don't realize, 4,475 yards, 35 touchdowns to 12 interceptions, but a quarterback rating just under 101. Joe Mixon, the lead back for the Bengals, 210 carries, 814 yards, 7 touchdowns. The wide receiver duo with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, always a problem to deal with. Jamar Chase, 87 catches, 1,046 yards, and 9 touchdowns. T. Higgins, 74 receptions for 1,029 yards and 7 touchdowns. The Bengals bring in offensive tackle Orlando Brown Jr. from the Kansas City. Obviously, they got safety Nick Scott from the LA Rams, and they also bring in tight end Irv Smith Jr. from the Minnesota Vikings. However, they did lose both defensive backs and Von Bell, who went to Carolina, and J.C. Bates, who went to the Atlanta Falcons. They lose backup running back Samaje Perine to the Denver Broncos, and they lost starting tight end Hayden Hurst to the Carolina Panthers. The big question right now, Joe Burrow, because Joe Burrow is dealing with that calf strain injury that he suffered. And listen to most former players talk about this injury. Normally, it's 8 weeks for that calf to feel right. So, and Jamar Chase had came out when they asked about when do he want Joe Burrow back. He said he don't mind waiting to week 5 to get Joe back because he wants Joe Burrow at 100%, not 70, not 80, not 85, not 90, not 95. He wants his star quarterback at 100%. So if it takes the week 5 to do it, he is all well good for it in week 5. And that's the case. We played them in week 3. Now, as you notice, the last meeting was Super Bowl 56 when the Rams won 23-20 in Los Angeles as the Rams brought home a championship to the city of Los Angeles in football. The last regular season meeting between the two took place in 2019, week 8, out in LA when the Rams won 24-10. And that was, I believe that was Joe Burrow's rookie year. They didn't have Jamar Chase then. They didn't have what they have right now. So I think Joe Burrow was coming into his own in that season before he got injured with a ACL injury, I believe it was. But nevertheless, it didn't bode well for the Bengals that time. And then, 2 years later, we meeting in the Super Bowl. Rams won that one. Now we meet again 2 years later out in Cincinnati on a Monday night football game, prime time action. And ladies and gentlemen, I have the Rams taking their first W on the road. But the unknown status of Joe Burrow, don't know who the backup quarterback is for the Bengals at the moment in time. I probably should know that. I do apologize for not. But with that being said, I do believe the Rams get off the snide. They go to the Queen City on a Monday night. They handle business and they get their first W on the year, which puts us at 1-2 to start the season.